What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers Living. Today we are doing the Mega Showdown. And it's not a Mega Showdown, it's 2 units. However, it is the 2 #1 selling best electric fireplaces in our showroom, in our showroom. And today we're gonna decide who wears the crown. Who currently has the best electric fireplace on the market today? It's a 2-man race. We got the Dimplex Ignite Bold and the regular. And then we also have the Orion Slimline. And then over here you can see we have the Orion Multi, which is a deeper unit. I'm gonna explain all the differences in the video. And at the end, I'm gonna tell you what is the best fireplace made today. Let's go. All right, don't forget, if you're in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom today. You can also come and fly and see us. We'll come help you out. We can ship all this product anywhere you want within the United States. But we have a lot of customers that come to Denver from out of town. They stop over and see us. We certainly appreciate that. We're flattered that you come spend some time with us. It means a lot to us. All right, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, do all the things. We'll include a link to our golf channel down below. We started a new golf channel. It's sort of a passion project of ours. Yada, yada, I'm boring you guys. All right, let's get to business. One of these fireplaces is in my house. At the end, I'll tell you which one. I did my top 5 video, top 5, and I said it was a 2-man race. For whatever reason, my older top 5 video is being watched a lot more on YouTube than the current model, the current one. So a lot of people aren't seeing the video where I rank these 2 as the top 2 fireplaces. So I thought it'd be important today where we made a standalone video just showing off the 2 best fireplaces. And the reason I say that is 5 through 3 I ranked and they were good, but 1 and 2, there's nothing else that touches these 2 fireplaces. This is one of the 2 fireplaces models that you should buy. So I'm gonna explain what's the same about them, and I'm gonna explain what's different about them, and we're kind of gonna run through it a little bit. I'll show you the different features. What is the same about them? Well, they both offer sort of a slim model and then a deep sort of luxury model. So this is the Dimplex Ignite XL. This fits in a 2x6 wall. It's available in a 50, 60, 74, and 100 inch. So that's the slim. The Orion makes a slimline model as well too, that also fits in a 2x6 wall, and that's this guy here. However, what's different about the Orion Slim is it's available in more sizes. So it's available up to 120 inch, which is pretty cool. Not that we sell a lot of 120 inches, but that's kind of awesome. And then both models offer a deep model. So this is the Ignite Bold, which is available in more sizes. They also offer an 88 inch, and it's 12 inches deep, so you can fit bigger logs in there. And then also the corners can uninstall, so you can have an open corner type unit. All right, I'm gonna go through the differences in the technology and the flame pattern here in a minute, but I'm just gonna kind of keep going through some things that are the same. So some things that are the same, they both have a 5-year warranty. The slim model on the Orion, you can see it does have more of a frame effect to it. So does the Ignite XL. The deep model is taller and sort of frameless with the open corner. And that's the same with the Orion Multi. So that's the same too. Heaters are very, very similar. So they both have very quiet heaters. They can be hooked up to 110 for about 5,000 BTUs or 220 for about 10,000 BTUs on both models, except the Orion Slim. So the Slim on the Orion only does 120 versus the Dimplex Ignite XL, which is their slim model, can do 110 or 220. I said 120 earlier. You know what I mean, 110 or 220. So that's an advantage with the slim, is you can get more heat with this guy in the Dimplex series. So that's kind of cool. So both are gonna come with handheld remotes. Ignite is Bluetooth, whereas the Orion is Wi-Fi. And I'm gonna show you the app functionality. One of the 2 has much better app functionality, and I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so now let's get to some things that are different about them. You can see the biggest thing that's different is gonna be the flame pattern, which I'll get to in a second. But one of the major things that's different between the models is The Orion Slim and the Orion Multi have identical features as far as functionality, minus the heat, if that makes sense. The Dimplex Ignite and the Bold has a lot more features that this guy doesn't have, like different multicolors, which I'll run through in a second, speed variation of the flame. Right now, app control, which is, I know it's coming to this, and I think we'll see a redesign of this in a bit. But the Bold can do a lot more than the Ignite. Versus the Orion Slim and the Orion Multi, the biggest difference is really the depth and the ability to fit bigger logs and then open corners. You guys with me so far? All right, so first I'll go through the technology on the Bold because that has the most amount of features. So the flame technology on the Bold is going to be just your sort of standard two-dimensional LED light. So essentially we have multiple rods in there that are spinning with a flame pattern in there, and that sort of creates our flame effect. But that technology has been around for a very long time. I think Dimplex has mastered that technology. Out of that sort of technology, Dimplex does it the best, which is why it's ranked number 2. And what's cool is they use a reflection in here, so you can see, I don't know if you can get up close, Chris, but that reflection is sort of a good bad thing because it creates a reflection. You can see my hand in there. But also it gives the fireplace a sense of depth where it looks like the logs are on the backside of that flame, and it makes the fire look like it's coming up out of the middle. I think the trade-off of the reflection is good because, for example, if you go to like the Landscape Pro by Modern Flames, there's no reflection, and that flame is all the way on the back. And to me, that flame looks like, doesn't it look like the flame's like on the back wall of an aquarium type thing, Chris?
Kind of, yeah.
Little bit. I'm not dogging this. This is a nice fireplace, but I think that reflection adds more than it takes away from it, if that makes sense. Also, it has a tinted glass, which helps with the front reflection of like your hand or something like that. The Modern Flames uses that exact same reflection. So again, you can see, here I am still talking about things that are the same. See how that log reflects on the backside of that flame? So it really looks like that fire's coming up out of the middle, which again, I think is a nice little trade-off. All right, let's focus here. Trevor, focus. Too many things to talk about. No time, we don't got enough time. Let's get back to our flame technology. So with our Dimplex, we can go over here. Let me do it from the remote, actually. So let's start with the ember bed. So we have the ability to change the color of our ember bed on the Ignite. That's off, for example. And then on our flame, we can add see we added a blue color to it. There it is, just blue, just orange, just yellow. There's blue and orange, and there's all 3 colors going. Now here's what else is cool. We can change the speed of the flame too. So now it's a little faster. There it is, super fast, ultra fast I call it. And there we are, ultra slow. So I think it looks best about like right there. Now I'm gonna put it in my favorite setting. I think I like, what do I like? I kind of like it like that. And ember bed wise, do you like it off, or what do you like, Chris? I almost like it off. No?
It's good like that, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like it off. All right, so that's the Ignite Bold in a nutshell. I think they've mastered that two-dimensional LED flame pattern technology, and I think that's as good as it's going to get. They've mastered it. I think they're going to have to go to something else if they want to make something better than this. But this is the best that exists with this current technology. So now let's get to the Orion. So the Orion, if you watch my video, you know that we've combined sort of a virtual fireplace. So this is actual totally different technology. There's no LED lights in the flame itself. There's LED lights in our ember bed. But this is actually a high definition screen back here This flame is actually shot with a movie studio that they produce down in Phoenix. They build real fires down at Modern Flames in Phoenix. They have them filmed. It's very expensive to do. And this is shots or real camera footage of a real fire. Now, people say, it's just a TV screen. It's not. So it's a TV screen with reflection to create a log in behind it, sort of that transparent reflection. And on top of that, we obviously have the built-in heater, things like that. But here's the best part, I think, with the Orion. And I think, for me, what's really cool is their app works really, really well. So here's the slim model. What's really cool is we can pick our flame pattern. So see how I just changed the flame pattern? Now once we change, look at this. I mean, that's like real sparks and real embers that was really shot with that footage. See that smoke? That's why this flame pattern is one of my favorites. And then we can change the color of the flame pattern even too. And then, for example, here's a third flame pattern, which is more of a gas flame. And then again, what's really cool is I think I kind of like this one. We can change the speed. So there it is on fast. That's default, which is like a medium speed. And then we can go slow. Which one's your favorite, Chris?
I kind of like just normal.
Yeah, the default, the medium. I do too. I think the fast is more, like when you look at a real wood stove, flames really do move that fast. But just standing in front of it, it's just a little more comfortable to the eye to look at it in a slow setting. Now, one, this app is much easier to use, but I think the real game changer is right now, we have 3 flame styles. Since this is Wi-Fi, this is gonna have the ability to have software updates. I know for a fact, working with the guys at Modern Flames, what's so cool about the Orion is it's future-proof. So they will be producing more and more flames the longer this is to market. And you'll be able to update over Wi-Fi to add more flame effects as they continue to film and make good content for this fireplace. So to me, that's a game changer because electric fireplaces sometimes are kind of like televisions. It's fast-moving technology and products can change very rapidly. This really future-proofs itself. To me, that's a huge game changer. And it's so easy to use. It's much easier to use on the app, I think, than anything else. Now, here's what's cool. I'm letting the cat out of the bag a little bit. Being in front of this all the time and drinking coffee in front of it, one thing that I've never really liked about electric fireplaces is audio. I think it's not really that cool of a feature. But let me turn this up. This thing has audio, like crackling, and I'm just gonna give you a listen real quick. Is it picking that up? How good does that sound? The audio on this thing is legit. Like, it sounds real. It's the most real sounding audio I've heard in an electric fireplace. And again, you can control all that from the app. Now, here too, we can also control our ember bed. So we can change our color, we can change the brightness, we can set it to cycle, where it's gonna cycle through colors. And then we can also change our top night light. So see that top night light is changing the color of the logs. If anything, I kind of like it on clear, maybe at halfway bright. Personally, I put it in night mode. I kind of like the color, the night light off. I don't know, what do you think? Maybe on a little bit?
That looks cool.
Maybe orange? That's orange. That looks pretty cool right there. Anyways, you can see drastically different technologies. Now, reliability-wise, I mentioned they're both about 5 years. I don't warranty either one of these much at all. If anything's gonna go on either model, it's gonna be the heater. That would be the thing that's most prone. However, this is LED lights, and we know LED lights never burn out, so you're not gonna be replacing light bulbs. But there is a motor in there that turns those lights. So it has more moving parts. The Dimplex has more moving parts to it. This is essentially, basically, think about a steady state hard drive like an iPad or something. There's no moving parts with this, really. There's no motors in there except the heater. So I think this is going to be more reliable long term because there's really not a ton to warranty minus the heater or maybe the speakers in the audio. So I think this is more reliable. So flame technology, give it to the Orion. Flame appearance, give it to the Orion. Reliability long term, I give it to the Orion. App function, give it to the Orion. Future proof this itself, not obsolete itself, I give it to the Orion. You guys starting to think which one I like the best? What is the one thing I will give the Dimplex? Price. It's a lot more affordable. This is more expensive technology. Think about it. You have LED lights versus high resolution, high definition screens in there. Which one do you think is going to cost more? The Orion's more expensive. You're getting what you pay for. It's a better product. It is superior. It reigns all. It reigns supreme in electric fireplaces. This fireplace wears the crown, period. Which one do you think's in my house, Chris?
The top one, yeah.
The Orion. I have an Orion Multi-76. I'll show you some clips of it installed in my house in California. I have an all-electric home there, so I had to put in an electric fireplace. When I knew I had to put in an electric fireplace, I knew I had one phone call to make, and that was to Modern Flames. Period. End. Out. Mic drop. Boom. Modern Flames reign supreme. The Orion is the best linear electric fireplace I've seen ever made that's currently on the market. Period. If you have the dough, get an Orion, call us, we will hook you up. That's it. We'll see you guys next time.